The marketing revolution has a lot to do with a wave of change that's occurred over the last, really started a few hundred years ago. So in the last few hundred years, there's been the evolution of just a couple of channels, and yet in the last decade, we've seen an explosion of new channels that come to fruition. The individuals that can literally master these new channels, the new and emerging media channels, are very similar to those that were able to master some of the more traditional channels like television, radio, and print. Those that can harness and really master the new channels will literally build the new brands, the new businesses, and establish new empires. And that's the wave of change, that's the opportunity, and truly we see different people sinking and swimming. Some are riding the wave and others are really left behind in the wake. This event has attracted many of the world's thought leaders, where we come together and explore and discuss, and even in today my session, debate some pretty hot topics. The crowd today had some really engaging questions in many of the sessions, and I think overall we're walking away from this session with some real perspective that's shared, a common frame of reference, but also some very not just interesting but actionable takeaways that we can begin to apply in our own realities. I think in the Brazilian market, it's really about maturity. So there's so many businesses that have grown very, very fast, and now it's about maybe stepping back and having an opportunity to strategically plan some of the next moves, if you will. Really establish a very solid foundation to build upon. Build on rock, not on sand. And so what that entails is really beginning to advance the people, the processes, the tools that enable a foundation that can lead to true transformation. The Brazilian market holds such amazing treasures, and it's events like this that bring us all together so we really can begin to understand and predict, but ultimately influence what's going to happen not just here in the Brazilian market, but the global market. I just shared in my presentation that the people here in Brazil have many of the same opportunities that those of us that are in Silicon Valley do, and it's really it's a crazy time where it takes one idea and some individuals rallying around it to manifest our dreams into reality, and this is happening both locally and globally. I think the passion and excitement of Brazil is contagious. You find that that inspiration, that drive, that motivation behind every successful entrepreneur, whether it be Facebook or many of the businesses that are popping up all over the world like wildflowers. I see that here in Brazil. I see that in pockets in the United States and in Europe and elsewhere in China, but I see so much of that here in Brazil, and it's contagious. I also see that Brazil is very distinctly a top emerging market opportunity for brands everywhere. So those leaders respect and admire Brazil because it represents one of the most important marketplaces that's clearly starting to come to fruition. And so given that opportunity and responsibility that Brazil has to open up the doors to so many other markets and vice versa, that trade, I think Brazil is in a really pinnacle position in time where much of the decisions that get made today will have a very profound impact on what we'll see come to life in the next 3 to 5 years. Yeah.